guys, and welcome to today's book thoughts. Today's book thoughts will be in 2 or 3 parts. It is book recommendations of books that I haven't reviewed on my blog and think it's worth a try reading these or reading some sort of series of these and stuff like that. Today's is just about romance books only, and hopefully next week I'll put up the second part. I'm filming both parts today. I'll show you the big stash of books. It's a rather big stash of books I'm kind of excited for. Also, I'm in my pyjamas because it's my last Saturday before I start work as a Christmas temp, and I'm taking opportunity to be extremely lazy with it. So we'll get started. So my first book is Christine Freehan, Turbulent Sea. Then I've got Hidden Current by Christine Freehan as well. I think these would be more classed as romantic suspense or paranormal romance, kind of a mixture. They are book 6 and book 7 in the Drake Sisters series. That are really good books, I'd highly recommend. I've got Dark Prince by Christine Freehan. I picked this up for like £1.99 in a local supermarket back in 2008. First book of the Carpathian series. Is a really good book. It's been reintroduced I think this year or last year in hardback with some extras and stuff in it, and I would highly recommend that first book. There is Lacey by Diana Palmer. It is a contemporary romance set in the Jazz Age, I think just after World War I think it's meant to be done, and it's a really lovely sweet love story between the main hero and heroine, and it does have an awesome secondary and third couples in it as well that give it a try. Desire Untamed by Pamela Palmer is the first book is a paranormal romance, and it's the first book in the Pharaoh Warriors series. It is the best book in the series, I'm afraid to say. All the others slowly go downhill after that, I'm afraid. Sherilyn Kenyon, Dream Warrior, part of the Dream Hunter series, but also part of the Dark Hunter series as well. I think this is book like 11 or something like that, but it's like book 5 in the Dream Hunters or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but it's a really good book, and I much prefer the Dream Hunters to the Dark Hunters. I'm sorry, Evie's got scared by the sound of a motorbike. I've trapped her in my bedroom because I'm mean. I'm not really, but she'll just cause mayhem if I can't watch her. When Darkness Comes is another paranormal romance by Alexandra Ivy, and it is a really good book. Vampires, goddesses, demons, all sorts. Totally awesome series that I don't think many people have mentioned, and I think is worth mentioning. Also in that series that I would recommend is Embrace the Darkness, which is book 2 by Alexandra Ivy. It's Guardians of Eternity series. Sorry, the series slipped my mind, and these characters are featured in the first book, so you really need to read the first book to watch it. The third book, Darkness Everlasting, are also featured in the second book, also by Alexandra Ivy. Really good series. Generally goes from strength to strength. There's been a couple of books, I think there's like 5 or 7 books in that series, and I think there's only been 2 that I haven't really liked and enjoyed. Along with another paranormal romance, can you see a theme here? It's The Darkest Night by Gina Showalter. It's an amazingly good book. I think everybody knows about these books. The Lords of the Underworld series. It's on like number 11 now, I think. I did originally have them all in book format like this, but the problem was my dad's dog at the time would attack the post coming through the letterbox and it just get ripped up, so I eventually went to ebook to stop that. Dance Upon the Air by Nora Roberts is a paranormal romance / romantic suspense book, which I really enjoyed. The other books in that series that I enjoy as well is Heaven and Earth, which is the second book in the Three Sisters Island trilogy, and Face the Fire in the same trilogy. All the characters, like normal, are introduced in Dance Upon the Air, which is my favourite of all 3 books. Then on another Nora Roberts theme, I actually like Red Lily, which is another paranormal romance, romantic suspense book. But it's in the Garden trilogy, and this is the third book. The second book is Black Rose, and the first book is Blue Delilah. Delilah? I don't know. And it's really good, like kind of ghost spooky, paranormally kind of element, and it's really good. But like I said, the third book is definitely my favourite out of that series, and I would recommend. And lastly, 2 books left is Kresley Cowell's Wicked Deeds on a Winter's Night. First of all, I loved the cover when I first got this. I thought it was really lovely. But I feel that it's a little misleading because the cover kind of shows he's going to bite her, and he's not a vampire, he's a werewolf, so kind of a bit misleading. But really good book, everybody knows about this series. Nothing more really to say on that. And lastly, the last paranormal romance is Slave to Sensation by Nalini Sai. I love this book, it's brilliant, it's fabulous. I read it every year. I've also read it once this year already again, and I still haven't really reviewed it properly because it's been out for quite a few years, and I'm trying to find a year. 2006 this has been out since, and I think there's plenty of reviews on it that can do it better justice than I can personally do it. Also in that series, excuse me, I really like is Cursed by Ice, which is also another good book in that series. There are quite some others, but these are like my all-time favourites. I hope that wasn't too rushed for you guys, because that was a lot of books in such a short time, but I'm having the 10-minute time frame. I'm hopefully going to ask for a new camera for my birthday in February, but until then we're stuck with the 10-minute time frames. Come back next week for the part 2, which will include, like I've already said, self-help, YA, chick lit, classic books, and just some general fiction. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want any reviews on any of those books, let me know, and I can send you them personally, or I can put one up on my blog, or send you to links on Goodreads or something like that. If you have any recommendations on romance books that you think that you haven't blogged or haven't been talked about as much as you probably would have liked, like for example my Alexandra Ivy series, When Darkness Comes, the first book in the Guardians of Eternity series, I don't think that series has been talked about enough, and it's a majorly good one. Other than that, I think most of them are generally quite popular series. So I think that's everything, guys. I'm now going to record the second part and hopefully stay as enthusiastic and as quick. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, just sharing some books that I loved before I started my blog, and starting actually writing reviews, because pretty much as soon as I started my blog is when I started writing reviews, so most of these books would not have reviews on my Goodreads or anything like that. So thanks for watching, bye!